still running a real business. 2 businesses, actually.
Yeah.
And the idea is, I got this from a guy that I lived in Mexico with. Or I didn't live with him, but he's in Mexico. He's the president of Board of Tourism. He owned a communication or a transfer company, and he owned a disco club. And this guy was amazing, named Alexis Iglesias, one of the best people in the world that I ever met in my life, right? He was 47 or 48 years old, and I was young, like 21 years old, and I came in the city of Acapulco, and I was running around like a wild man, running spring break. I mean, like a crazy person running spring break. We were doing thousands of tourists down, and he was doing millions of dollars of business in like 2000, walking around on one of those big ass cell phones, you know, like the Qualcomm ones you can barely fit in your hand, and he was 30 years ahead of his time, right? Like, I asked him, I'm like, Alexis, you're a public figure, you own a disco, you own this transfer company, you're making money, you got this beautiful marriage. He says, Bryan, listen, don't let the appearance of informality cover up the effort and determination that we're doing right now, that we have. Because my clothes, and walk around in sandals, it's in Acapulco. He goes, why would I want to sit in this bench, in this office, in this cubicle, even if I own the company, when the sun is shining, the moon is out, the beautiful stars are coming down, I can see them, the waves are crashing. He's like, get out and do some shit. He's like, you can run an entire business, you can run your whole family on the premise of, I just want to keep going and doing good things in the world. And if you do that, you open yourself up to that, all the love in the world will come to you. And then people will start to say, look, how can I become a part of that? And then your love of your business or your idea turns into a money-making thing. And that's how you start to build a business, right? So yes, I could be sitting in an ivory tower. I just left my professor job, right? I could be sitting in a spring break location. But the challenge is to continue to transform yourself.
Right.
I'm never afraid to continue to transform over and over again. The research says that you will change your career, your position, or your industries a minimum of 7 times. It comes out of Boston University, a guy named Douglas Tim Hall, brilliant researcher on careers and boundaryless in this career. What it means is that you will continue to search and go over the boundaries of your current career in search of new and innovative ways to advance your own growth. And so the point is, like, I do some stuff for a little while, and then I figure out who I'm going to become next, and then I do some other stuff. I figure out how to prepare myself for that journey, and then I say, all right, goodbye to that part of my life, and then I move on. But I haven't forgotten the lessons. I don't forget all the stuff that I'm doing. What we do is we say, all right, I am this person, now I have this additive experience and I'm a better person. And I have this another experience and I'm a better person. I have another experience and I'm a better person and a better person. And I just keep growing to be the best person I can be. And eventually you will continue to go towards your future best self. This is the version of yourself that's like the best you can imagine. But there's no end point.
Right.
Like, you don't get there. As soon as you get there, you're like, oh, well, what's next? That's why this guy, what's his name, Spence, wrote this book called Who Moved My Cheese? It's like a tiny little book, but it talks about the fact that every time you get to a goal, you rarely can cherish that for more than a second because you're on to the next thing, and that's how humans progress. So if you're looking to build and change lives, if you're looking to do something for yourself, you just have to realize that the version of you that is currently here is not going to be the version of you down the road. And so you can't look and say, I'm going to be this better version of this static thing. You're not. You evolve.
Right.
The things that you offer people evolve. You got to make money. Like, you don't just do this stuff for free. So you got to figure out what it is that you do that people want, that fills a need, and there's a gap in the market to do it. In my case, it just happens to be that I have the ability to reach into somebody's soul and pull it out, and then like shake the fucking change out of them and be like, look, we gotta figure out how to live a better life. And that's what you do. You just keep innovating yourself, keep generating new stuff, and look to these people, these models of mentors that are gonna fix an idea within your head that is like a seed that germinates, and then you become the beautiful flower and the beautiful fruit of that idea.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's what